Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches sketch. And today's sketch is by Cindy Thayer Brown. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I'm also combining this with Color Craze. This is our color palette for today. And I'm not going to lie, I think I failed miserably. All right, so this is also Mixed Media Mayhem Friday, and I forgot my Mixed Media Mayhem recipe thumbnail, so I apologize about that. But the recipe requires stencil, tearing, and multiple photos. So I am going to change this up. I'm only working with the left side of Cindy's beautiful sketch, and I pulled out this stencil right here to use, and I don't know why I'm so infatuated with it, but there it is. I also had a pre-planned page kit for this with knowing what my color is, and I assumed it was this green color instead of a neon green color. So that's where I feel like I have messed up on this color palette just a little bit, because I do end up having a ton more other colors, because it looks to me like a yellow, almost a panel in the background. I can see other colors, and I think that's where I am slightly offset with what I have chosen. So I went back through all of these really super cool, what are they called? Fussy cut out images from Minte. And I was just showing you guys that they're all fussy cut out. And I picked out ones that were less evasive as the darker green ones. I wanted to pick ones that had more of a lime green to them. I have 3 photos instead of just one. And then I picked out this piece of paper here from 49 End Market that is called Sunburst. No, it's the Sunburst collection. It's called Defining Summer. Oh my god. I'm losing it today. And then to add a little bit more periwinkle to this layout, I pulled out this, I think it's called Bluebell from Close to My Heart. And then I pulled out these 3 blue strips that were from Stampin' Up's page yesterday that I fussy cut out because I felt like they added it. And then I brought in this awesome paint spray that is from the Dollar Tree, but it's not available anymore, you guys. I picked these up last year, and I know that they're not even on the website anymore. All right, I also brought in some Nuvo drops because this is an iron workers challenge to use your Nuvo drops. So I've got some lime color and then this honey gold color. And then from Minte, I pulled out this Marina paper. I think it's called Marina. Yes, the Marina paper number 2 that has just this nice subtle distressed wood grain, right? It's going to be in the background. Nobody's even going to see it. And then you're going to think, well, why did you even use it? Well, I liked it because of the distressing, right? I wanted movement on my page, and I feel like with everything that I'm going to be doing, I created the movement. So I'm going to use my stencil instead of as a stencil. I'm going to use it as a stencil. I'm going to trace out these bursts and create a burst on my page. Basically with scissors. I'm going to cut out, instead of use it as a stencil, you guys. Cause I thought about it and I was like, I'm going to put that much Nuvo through this stencil. Whew, that would have been a lot. And I did not have that much. So I was going to bring out this paper. I struggled in finding what to do with this paper because it's so abstract. But again, like I was saying, in my design or in my color palette, I see a yellow door, like it's bright yellow. It doesn't look lime green. So when I first saw this, I saw it as yellow instead of the lime green. And then when I went to go create the layout and bring it up, because I usually blow up the color palette a little bit bigger for me to see, as well as the sketch, it says right there that it is periwinkle and lime. I thought, you've got to be kidding me. And I just laughed at myself because everything I picked out was for the yellow. Everything, the embellishments, the title, everything was based off of that yellow. And so I had to change my thought process entirely trying to figure it out. All right, so now that I fussy cut out all of my stripes and I have my burst going on, I wanted to distress them because I wanted it to blend more better. That's a real a real sentence right there. I wanted it to blend a little bit better with the background, right? I wanted it to look just as distressed. And in doing so, I ripped off a couple stripes. It's okay. It's all going to get glued back down. You're never going to see it. Then I decided that some of my pineapples were a little bit too bright, like out there in the, neon. You can see them in the dark. So I'm going to take my Nuvo and my spatula and mix it with the honey gold because I kind of wanted it to sparkle just a little bit. I really was trying to create the same color as my thickers that I have for the cocoa vanilla that I just basically skipped by saying what they were. I don't even think I shared them with you guys, what I was going to use for my title. Anyways, I covered up my pineapples, the bright parts of my pineapples with this Nuvo in hopes that it'll work. And I think it does. I really do. Plus it gives it that little bit of something going on here. Okay, so I've got my stencil used. I've got some tearing, which I really didn't tear, but my distress tool tears the edges and distresses the edges up. So I'm going to call that my tearing. And then my multiple photos, I have 3 photos picked out. So I'm going to map my photos right now. And they are of these amazing slides that are on this cruise ship. This is a royal cruise ship. And I just cannot tell you guys how amazing these slides are. And some of them even go off the edge. So when you're going down, it's clear right there and you can see down into the water. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I didn't write on the slides. I kind of chickened out after Sandy went on the slides at one of the ports. She had like her own private slide ride. And she said that her hips hurt for days afterwards. Like it was not a fun experience. And that kind of scared me a little bit because I didn't want to damage myself to where I was uncomfortable the rest of the trip. So I opted not to. I did go on the dry slide though, and that was flippin' amazing. Let's do that again. But anyways, so I've got my I've got my photos mounted on my periwinkle mat. I really like the periwinkle because it matched my sky in the main photo, which actually was the only photo I had picked out until I realized this was a mixed media mayhem and it called for multiple photos. So I had to rush to my printer, you guys, and print out more slide pictures, which thanks Janet for actually taking pictures of the slides because I did not. I didn't have any. So these other 2 photos are actually Janet's pictures because then that way I could actually share more. But my main photo was just going to be of the sunset or the sunrise on that side of the ship with the slides in the background and whatnot. And so that was just going to be my one photo because that's all this sketch called for. And then I realized that my recipe called for multiple photos. So I went ahead and I just added those other photos in, which I really like a lot better because it hid more of the bright pineapples, because it took me a hot minute to realize the blue doesn't match my periwinkle. It does not at all. I should have brought out like a periwinkle Nuvo, which I think I had, you guys. And I should have tried to cover up the blue like I did. I toned down the pink a little bit, right? Or actually it was orange and pink that I toned down just a little bit using the other Nuvo. And I actually kind of like it because it looks like my rays sparkle now because I added that honey gold to it. You can't really see it unless it's in real life. Like right now, you can't really tell that it's there, but it is. It's got that sheen and shine here and there. It's not everywhere. So anyways, like I said, I totally failed on this color palette, but I do like the end result once I'm done because honestly, I have no periwinkle whatsoever in my layout. It just happens to be where this blue, which I think is Night of Navy in all honesty, is pastel enough to pass off as periwinkle. I happen to have some more of that bluebell hanging out from close to my heart. But no embellishments, none whatsoever. I don't even have neon green embellishments. I know like this is Janet's colors to a T. She's going to do something amazing when you guys go and check out her channel to see what she's doing with this color palette because I know it's going to be awesome. Mine is a total fail because I thought it was yellow. And that's what I picked out. I picked out these yellow flowers with a little bit of pink inside because I liked the fact that they were white flowers. I was ignoring the fact that there was pink inside, but hey, I really was going for the yellow, and that was my main color scheme for this entire layout. And then I realized I needed to come up with lime and switch directions really fast. So this is what you get. It's not working. So anyways, I'm just going to go with it. I finish off my layout. I put my pictures, or I put my embellishments around the picture to make it look like it's one giant cluster instead of 3 separate photos and 2 separate clusters. And then I scattered out a little bit of the lighter pieces. And then I'm going to add this periwinkle little splatter going around. I didn't even think about covering up the blue. I was hoping with these splatters that I could actually blend the blue in just a little bit more. But I don't think I've ever splattered with this blue before, because it was not fun and a challenge a little bit. But the green I know I've splattered with quite a bit, so it went on beautifully. It felt a little thinner as well. The periwinkle one didn't feel as thin as this one did. So anyways, in the end, I really love how it looks, even though I didn't follow the color scheme to a T. I apologize. Just chalk it up to a scrapbook fail. But when you look at it in my album, it's going to be a pretty page. So I really did like how it looked. I really did enjoy creating this. I am starting to really like these sunbursts. I really am. I know this is the 3rd sunburst in this album alone, just because it creates movement on a page. It creates excitement. It creates fun. That door is yellow. It's not lime. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have down below for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, as well as Janet Fritz's channel, because she's my partner in Color Craze. And thank you so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.